Well, the writer and producer came to me with it, and what I liked about it was I'm a lawyer, and I loved the way the story rolled out with many twists and turns, and yet by the end, where the final reveal is, revealed, I found it to be incredibly believable. So it was like a thriller that I could believe all the way to the very last frame. I believe that this could happen, that this has happened, and that to me hooked me in a certain way. Well, we got down to New Orleans, which is a city that I've grown up going to, so it felt very familiar. So directorially, it helped me sort of envision the film and take ownership of it, authorship of it. And it's very parochial culture, it's very heavy air, it's very bayou, and it's very small town. So that worked for this story, which is about a dysfunctional family and this court case that happens. This murder trial. So for me, I really write from a place of geography, but I didn't write the script, so the geography helped me kind of hook into it. It's really Ramsay's story, so it's really the lawyer's point of view. For me, what was interesting is the way a lawyer has to bear this huge responsibility in a defense, in defending a defendant in a criminal trial. And to me, that whole way that the lawyer has to orchestrate the whole thing, they're the sort of the maestro of the whole thing. Those relationships, how he talks to the mother of the defendant, how he talks to the defendant, how he talks to the other lawyer. All those relationships are very interesting to me. Having sat many courtroom trials, I kind of watched all that play out sort of in the middle of it, but not bearing the responsibility. So for me, it was very interesting to show how it really is for a lawyer. You know, it's not slick and it's not smooth. It's like nauseating. It's terrifying. It's anxiety producing. You're overly responsible for someone else's life. You screw up and they go to jail forever. I feel like we got lucky to get Keanu because he was dead on in the way a lawyer looks and sounds in a courtroom. He just walked right into it and knew it. And we actually went to a couple of murder trials together to feel the energy in the room, to look at the defendant, to find the defendant's mother somewhere in the audience, to see how the defense attorney moved, what was the geography of the courtroom. So we really studied that together. It was super interesting. I never thought of anyone else for that role. She's from the South. I also am from the South. And she knows how to embody a certain kind of Southern woman with a lot of vulnerability and a lot of strength. I think we see that in all of her roles. But in this one in particular, I felt like going a little bit deeper. And I just felt like she really knew that character so well. This really comes out of my history in law. And I spent 3 years in law school and then went to film school. So that part of my life seemed frozen in time. And this allowed me to sort of access all the different things that I'd learned in those 3 years about the way the world works and the relationships, and also thinking deeply about morality. And when you're a lawyer, I think sometimes you have to put your morality in your pocket. To me, that's a very false way to be. Probably one reason I'm not practicing law. And I wanted to look at that very, very closely, and that's what this film did.